Hi, I'm Anushka Cross and I'm a Yayzy ambassador and I'm passionate about sustainability. So I have 2 kids and I like to have a meat-free day once a week, and I need a recipe that's easy, that's quick to make, that gets their veggies in and that they enjoy. So this corn pasta bake is ideal, so grab your ingredients and follow along with me. Right, so the ingredients you need for the corn pasta bake are corn pieces. So you can buy these in bags of 350 grams or 500 grams. You only need 300 to 350 grams for this recipe. 400 grams of cooked pasta, so that's 180 grams of dry pasta, makes 400 cooked. 300 ml of creme fraiche. You can get soy alternatives for this if you want to make it vegan. 150 grams of Sugarsnap peas. 200 grams of grated cheese, again you can get vegan options for this, 250 grams of cherry tomatoes, and then to top it a bit of oregano, salt, pepper and some grated hard cheese. You can also find vegan versions of this too. Right, so this recipe is super simple. You set your oven to 180 degrees, grease an oven-proof dish, then you just chuck all the ingredients in basically. So you've got your 400 grams of pasta, and that goes. And then your 300 to 350 grams of corn pieces. These are straight from frozen. And then your Sugarsnap peas and cherry tomatoes. All in. Creme Fraise, 300 ml. Spread this over. And then we add our cheese on top. This is 200 grams of grated cheese.
So it's pretty much a dish that you just chuck.
You
put everything together.
Yeah, you just chuck it all in together. The cheese will nicely brown on top.
And would you say this is one of your kids' favourite?
Yeah, anything with pasta, anything with lots of cheese certainly goes down well. And then of all the veggies, I think the Sugarsnap peas are pretty, innocuous. So they're more fun vegetables to eat.
And I guess that balance is really important, especially when you're a parent. So things like, when it comes to like food and nutrition, have you found that you've always tried to factor in like vegetables and being more healthy and being more conscious? Has that been something that's done from the beginning, or did you like later on think, oh, I've got to be conscious of this?
Well, they actually taught it in schools. They're taught what a plate should look like, that you should have, 3/4 vegetables and then some protein and carb. They're taught this, but then in practice, it's quite hard to implement. But I like to just always have some veg with whatever meal they have. So if you can mix it in to the pasta, even better, because otherwise it's something they eat after they've eaten what they actually want to eat. And then you just top it off with a bit of oregano, so that's some flavour in there. Salt and pepper to taste. I think I'm also adding like Parmesan cheese, and if you're adding some of this will give it a lot of saltiness anyway. So I think, you don't necessarily need to add the salt and pepper, but it's up to you. Especially if you've got younger kids, you might not want to actually add too much extra salt. So this is it. It could not be simpler. And then it's just 15 minutes in the oven. You'll know when it's done because the cheese will be brown. There we go.
And in it goes.
Voila.
That's great. That's awesome. Okay, Okay, so pasta bake's all in the oven.
It is, yeah.
In 15 minutes time, everyone is going to have a lovely plate of it. But it would be just great to ask you more about the vegan alternatives, or, you know, the veggies. I know we've spoken about it a little bit, but it would be good to know what your kids' response has been like to eating vegan alternatives like Quorn. I know there are loads of like really great ones out there. Do you think it's really like obvious to them that they're eating something that's maybe not meat or not beef or not chicken? Are they bothered about it, or would you say to parents that just give it a go?
Yeah, I would just say give it a go and try different things. So we use a lot of Quorn, and because there's such a lot of variety. There's like Quorn nuggets and Quorn like chicken sizzle like style burgers. So there's so many things to try, but there's also, this is not bacon, sort of bacon rashers. They love those. They have corn, like they have like little Scotch eggs or things like that. There's so many different things you can experiment with and try. So yeah, I would just sample them, and if you have a set day when you know you're not eating meat, that's it's a good way to introduce gradually.
And I love that what you talked about, like maybe having a day, because we talk a lot at Yayzy about that. Meat-free Mondays, for example, is a good way to just start off your journey to cutting down on meat, especially for people who love a steak, or, you know, they've grown up eating a lot of meat. So has that worked quite well for you?
Yeah, it has, because I think the hardest thing is if you just suddenly say from day one, I'm just going to go vegan when you're not used to it.
Yeah.
It is quite a change, but actually the smallest changes make the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And when you know the difference in like the water that you're saving on being used, and you know, just one day is enough of an impact, and it's worthwhile doing. And you start with one, and maybe you can build up to two. So yeah, I think it's it's a good way to start.
Yeah, for sure. And would you say that your kids, they understand about climate change and climate action and what needs to be done? Are they like fully versed on that, or is that something that they're not too aware of yet? And also, how old are your kids?
They're 9 and 11.
9 and
yeah.
11.
So my kids are 9 and 11, and to be honest, at school they know about it a lot. It's the subject of a lot of conversations in their assemblies. We're urged not to drive to school, and there's big posters there about clean air for schools. So they are well and truly on board with that. It's actually I think the harder work is getting the parents to to join in.
Yeah, the follow up with it for sure.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Well, I'm saying I think, I don't have kids myself, but would you say education is a part of it? Do you think there's a lack of maybe awareness or understanding as to the severity of climate change and its impacts, or what would you say is the issue when it comes to parents?
You know, I think it's just habit. I think it's what you're used to.
Right.
You know, I read somewhere that like the majority of drives people do are under 1 mile. You know, and like we've always had the mindset that if it's under 1 mile, we'll just walk there. You know, there's no need. So it's just the habit. So now my daily shop will involve a lot of vegan, you know, dairy-free options, and it's not even something I think about, but it's just changing what is probably a habit of a lifetime and the usual things you buy.
Yeah, absolutely love them. So what advice would you give to a parent that's like, oh my gosh, here I am, I've got 3 screaming kids running around me, I want to get them to eat more healthy, I'm busy, how do I do it, where do I start?
Well, I'd say trying a meat-free day is a good place. There's also loads of websites with child-friendly recipes, meat-free. They're actually on NetMums. They have lots of. I've got loads of the Quorn recipes from there. In fact, in the first place, so you can, you know, there's a wealth of information on the internet, and then you've got reviews from parents as to what kids actually enjoy. And then it's just making the vegetables a bit fun. If you need to add a bit of like vegan cheese or nuts on top of the broccoli, then you know, just make those vegetables a bit more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Right, so it's been 15 minutes. Let's see how we're doing. It looks like the cheese has browned nicely, so I can take it out. Here we go. Voila. Good. Sizzling away there. Right, shall I call the kids? Penny, Robin! I'm going to have a look at my pasta bake. You like it?
Yeah.
Do you guys love a pasta bake? So what would you say is your favourite? What's your favourite dish that Mummy makes?
Probably the pasta bake.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pasta bake for you and yourself?
Yeah, pasta bake.
Pasta bake as well. So you both love a good pasta bake. It looks really nice, doesn't it? You guys gonna allow me to take all of it home? No? Yeah? No? We've got Robin and Penny here enjoying their mum's amazing pasta bake. So what are we rating this out of 10? Remember mum's watching.
10.
10, Robin?
8.
Oh, there's always one, isn't there?